99% is definitely support, but there's like the 1% that says like you guys are just like in it for the money or like things like that. Like, what do you guys have to say to those people?
Well, if we look at a lot of other creators, they don't put in as much effort, I guess, as we do. We have a podcast that we don't make any money from, you know what I'm saying? And we film a lot. We travel out, we fly, we're tired, hotels, all of this. If we were really in it for the money, I think we would just be doing the pictures and videos just like every other creator.
How big is your gift? Welcome to the Parker Reid Experience. I'm Parker Reid, and today I have some very interesting guests. These people are veterans, the OGs, the top 0.01% of male OF creators. They don't really need an introduction. Brandon and Julian, the creators of the Wild Podcast, welcome.
Hey, man, what's going on?
I'm doing good. How you guys doing?
Pretty good.
Thanks for having us, man.
Yeah, it's a unique studio. What do you guys think of the ambience?
I think it's different.
Yeah, no, it's definitely different. Never been to a studio like this before.
We're 40 minutes from home. We're in downtown. It feels like Gotham City out here.
Yep, especially what's going on right now within this time. It's crazy.
But this is very professional, man. I feel ready.
I just wanted to start off by asking, for the people that may not know, who are the Wild Boys? What do you represent?
Question. What do we represent? We represent young, good-looking, entertaining individuals.
You have
he nailed it, man. Come on. I mean, I think what we're doing is something that no one else is doing, and obviously, we're all for love and care for everyone, And honestly, for me, like I would say for the both of us, we're really passionate in what we do, and yeah, man, we just kind of roll with it.
Okay, so then how'd you guys get started with the whole Wild Podcast?
You want to tell the story?
So once upon a time, we all moved into a 3-bedroom apartment in Hollywood, and like we're still doing, it's all an experience. So we were experiencing a bunch of different things, a bunch of different people going in and out, and I wasn't even doing at the time, I think.
No, you weren't.
I wasn't, right?
No.
Why'd you move in?
Because I really, I always wanted to move to LA, right? And I just, my apartment lease in Houston was ending. Yeah. And I wanted to move to LA. The timing happened to be perfect. And somebody had moved out. It was a 3-bedroom apartment. And there was an opening. So actually my first trip was to Coachella with Brandon and a bunch of people. And that was really like our icebreaker, our first experience doing anything together. And then, we kind of just built chemistry. I knew who Brandon was. I seen him online, but we never really hung out or anything.
So that was the first time you guys really met, spoke?
Yeah, it was at Coachella, which is, I feel like, a perfect time to meet because, you're out in the desert. Your phone's not really working. You guys have to interact. It was his birthday. Like, it was really just a perfect cohesion. Like, you can't really make it up, And yeah, it was his birthday. So, everybody's going to turn up, drink. Me, I'm still figuring out my life, what I'm going to do. And it was just all these perfect paths aligning at once.
Yeah. So what were you doing before?
YouTube.
Give a backstory. YouTube?
Yeah, we could be here for a very long time. But basically, I was doing YouTube and TikTok. That was my bread and butter. That's what I was doing. So I was always on camera. I was posting like a lot of videos, like 20 videos a month. And then I actually wanted to do a podcast though, because I seen it was like a thing and I like yapping. So I had my podcast equipment, brought it with me to LA. I drove from Texas all the way to LA, threw everything in my car. And the podcast equipment was one of the equipment that we came with. And then, you know what I'm saying? We're all in the house. We get drunk and stuff, drinking what was the wine they used to drink?
The pink
Barefoot.
The pink Moscato.
Yeah.
And, Brandon, when he's drunk, does certain things. He comes up with ideas.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So we had the bright idea of hooking up the mics and just talking while drinking pink Whitney.
The Moscato, pink
Moscato.
Yeah.
And, we kind of tried it out, try on air. We tried a few different people I don't think the episodes are up anymore, but yeah, we had a few different guests to see who's good on camera, who's not good at talking. Like, you know what I'm saying? We tried, I'd say like 2 or 3 other guests, right?
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
And we tried on different people just like for fun. We just wanted to do it. It wasn't like, oh, we're gonna make this podcast and it's gonna be huge. It's just like, yo, let's set up our apartment, let's do something. We're bored, we're young, let's have fun. And that's really how it came about. You know, after everything, it kind of simmered down to just me and Brandon. And we kind of just locked in and figured out what we were gonna do. And even the progress of the podcast of like what we're gonna talk about.
Yeah.
Kind of like because even how did you feel about doing the podcast in the beginning?
No, it was really amazing. You know, I thought the dynamic between Julian and I was perfect, and you could read the comments too. They're like, "Oh, I love these two together. Like, they have such amazing chemistry, right? Like, you know, they really understood what me and Julian were really about." And I remember, I think it was one of the guests that we had on. I think it was Zach Lilly. I think it was asked us like a little like sus question, I think it was. And because of how sus the question was, a lot of the people that were watching the podcast were really interested on what we were gonna respond with. And so they were like, oh, we need more, we need more, we need more.
So they all went and watched the whole thing.
Basically, yeah. And yeah, just giving the people what they want, you know. But yeah, no, it was amazing. First few episodes, we just kept trying and trying and trying until we really went about getting our niche, you know, and what really worked out and what the people want to see. Which I'm glad it worked out, you know, and it's still working out till this day. And we just, you know, we're still trying new things.
Yeah, we slowly added more and more things, you know, camera here. Because I think at one point we even tried using the iPhones.
Yeah.
Film
A bunch
it,
of stuff.
right?
Yeah.
And then like different mics and just bunch of trial and error. And even still to this day, there's things that we try and add and subtract to the podcast. So it's always an ongoing journey. But that's really how the Wild podcast started, and the Wild Boys, we lived together. The synergy kind of just
Progressed
over
so
time.
now 2 years later, you have a little bit of success.
Yes.
Yeah. So how did when you were transitioning out of YouTube, then what caused you to transition out of YouTube? Like why?
Really,
like what were you doing on YouTube type of thing?
I was filming my friends in Houston and everything, you know.
Oh.
But I really, my goal, my dream, I would always just dream and want to live in LA. You know, I always wanted more for myself. And that's really what happened in Houston. I felt like it was a small pond, and I wanted to be like, I felt like a big fish in a small pond. I want to be in a big pond. So that's why I always wanted to come to LA. LA, and anything is possible. You know, everybody comes out here and makes it. So I just really wanted to go out here, join the big leagues, and see what we can do out here.
Yeah, and I guess it worked out. But to go to Brandon, what were you doing before, you know, your Blue Page career?
Before my Blue Page career, man, I was just sticking with TikTok. Like, you know, I was really consistent with going live and what people do now, right? Creating content.
I heard you got bullied for going live.
You want to go way back?
Yeah.
I don't know how far we're trying to go back.
No, like just.
All right, yeah, no. So basically, I started doing social media when I was like young, man, like a really like young kid, 14 years old, right? I would make like little Vine videos, whatever. Now, of course, you know, within that time, I was like just starting to go to high school and to middle school. You know, for me being growing up in Boston, like that's not normal. You know, like doing social media, making like trendy videos, like out in the East Coast, like that's not normal. So obviously, like I would be like the black sheep within anyone in my school, and you know, just kind of stand out because of these little viral videos.
Yeah. Did you ever skip school?
I actually did, yeah. So there was a point in time where that's like when, because in the very beginning, I was just doing it as like a hobby, you know, still going to school, doing what I got to do, you know. I was getting fairly good grades for sure, you know, I was still passing, so I was like, you know, whatever, I'll just continue doing this. And then I got to a point where I was doing the whole live streaming thing, you know. Once it was Vine, it was like Musically, right? Musically is like the same thing what TikTok is now. And I would go live on there, right? And when you go live, people would send you like little gifts, which would turn into money. And so I would actually go live a lot, like hours and hours and hours, put in a lot of hours after school. And I used to go live till almost like when it was time to go to school, like 4 or 5 hours. Like I would like not even sleep until the next day when it's time to go to school. So I was really consistent with it, making money off of it. And then it got to a point where
How much did you make?
Like the most, or just
Like in a month of doing like Musically lives, things
in a
like
month,
that?
probably like around that time, probably like 15K, like 10K maybe. Because it was like 30 days within the month, I'll just be going live, right? And I feel like when I continue to grow my following, right, I was growing, There would be times where like my mom would let me skip school because of the amount that I was making. She goes, okay, that's fine. Like you can like not go to school like Wednesdays or like Thursdays and Fridays, you know. But as long as I got a certain amount of like grades, you know what I'm saying? Like my mom would let me go. But yeah, I mean, I didn't really make a lot of friends in school. There's no one there that I could really relate to. I feel like everyone in school had their own kind of goals, living like that
So
lifestyle.
do you
out
talk to
there.
anyone from school still to this day?
No.
Or
Till this day, I don't. There's no relatability for me. You know, I feel like even when it comes with friendships, like, I mean, I don't know what I would really talk to them about as of now. You know, like when you're locked in, like there's going to be some, again, like moving to LA and not going back over there as often, like I wouldn't really see them, you know what I mean? So it wouldn't really make sense for me to still communicate with them. But even then in high school, like I didn't really have much friends because of how locked in I was doing social media. But I would fly out here to LA because doing social media, I was also a part of a management that wanted me to go on tour with them.
Yeah.
So I would go on tour. And then I met a lot of people through the tours that I went on. And then from there, I would fly to LA kind of frequently, hanging out with those groups of people that I could relate to and make videos with them, go live with them, all that. And then, you know, you get to meet more and more people after doing all that. And then it got to, I would say, around 2020, where I seen a lot of these girls, like these models that I was familiar with doing the Blue Page. And I was like, okay, I don't see many guys doing it.
Yeah, I think you told me before you had a like F everyone moment. Like, could you tell me about that?
Yeah,
yeah. F everyone. Like, I'm gonna start the Blue Page.
All right, so yeah, doing social media, like my mom, my family, everyone, my friends knew what I was doing. But when it comes to the Blue Page, again, when you're in the very beginning of it, and I think everyone has this thought, like, okay, what are my parents are gonna think, right? What are my friends that I currently have now, even out in LA, are gonna think, you know? And I was really like curious to see if I were to go about telling my mom, hey, I'm thinking about starting this, what her reaction would be. But I didn't tell her at all.
Yeah.
I didn't tell her until I reached a certain point, or at least like a certain success within the page to go about feeling comfortable to tell her. Because I felt like if I started doing it and I told her and it wasn't doing as hot as what I thought it was gonna be, then it's probably gonna be on like failure, and like she's probably gonna be like, wow, now your name is like ruined, whatever. But see, for me, like this is new back. Think about it, this is 5 years ago, right? Like this is 2020. Like it's not what it is now. So when I started it, I didn't tell her. She had still thought that I was doing social media within the time, but that whole entire time I was trying to build the Blue Page. And then yeah, I was kind of doing it on my own and all that, and doing it with some friends that were doing it at the time, but it was really like minuscule. Like it wasn't as many people doing it. But yeah, and then everything continued to progress. And then yeah, like I said, I got to a certain amount per month on the Blue Page, and I was like, all right, mom, like I just want to let you know, like this is what I'm doing now. And she was completely fine with this. She was like, wow, no way you made like X amount.
Yeah.
So she was actually really happy for me. But what she didn't know was I was building it up the entire time.
She thought that was your first month?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think till this day, she still does.
That was your first month, the one that you showed her?
Yeah.
Now, how long were you doing it for real, like when you showed her?
Oh, probably like a year and a half.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a while.
Because it wasn't no Instagram Reels. There was no podcast. Like, there was nothing to go about promoting it. It was just me.
So how'd you promote it?
It was only like Twitter, Reddit, and then my Instagram story. But I would hide my families from my story so they couldn't see it. So yeah.
All right.
Yo, question for you, Brennan. Was it always like men on your thing, or did you have like girls? When
Like
my
followers?
when you first started.
Okay.
No, like your Blue Page.
When they subscribe?
Yeah, when you first started.
Oh, you know what's crazy?
Because
Like
you went from like Musically or TikTok to like.
yeah, so when I was doing that's a good point, because when I was doing social media, I had a lot of girl audience, but also I had a lot of gay audience too, which I didn't know until I started the Blue Page.
Yeah.
Because a lot of them, this is what I figured out. So a lot of the gay men who were already following me actually made girl accounts to think that they were, for me to think that they were a girl, but it was actually gay men behind most of the accounts. Now, a lot of the girls would sub to it, be like, oh, what is this? Because it was fairly new. So when you post a Blue Page link on your story in 2020, everyone's going to be like, what is this?
Yeah, like it was so new. Like no one.
Yeah. So there were a lot of girls that would sub to me for sure. But then a lot of gay men that I didn't know that I had as an audience. That's when I found out I did have some gay men audience.
Do you guys prefer having girls or like men as your main audience?
Oh, men. For sure.
Men?
I think men. Yeah, women.
Why?
They be like complaining and shit.
High maintenance.
Yeah, I think men are cool.
And they're also very interactive for sure. Like I feel like, like they
I think I like that a lot, that the people can get like I feel like they can get more attached to you as like a person instead of just like, surface level understanding.
Nah, definitely,
what I'm saying? So on YouTube, you were doing like a lot of hair tutorials. Apparently that's like fake hair.
Yeah, it is fake hair. No,
Yeah,
I'm kidding.
like
It's my real hair.
Can you tell me about that?
So I've had a lot of stages in my social media career. You know, that's actually my first stage was going live on YouNow. One Christmas, I got an iPhone. I always wanted an iPhone. Boom, finally got an iPhone. I went live on YouNow for like 8 hours. And I was just amazed that I could talk to people from all across the globe. I had like people from Australia, all over.
Yeah.
YouNow was super lit. You can make money. You can get a tip jar. And that's actually where I first seen him.
Yeah,
And back in the day, that's where a lot of people got their clout, was going live off of YouNow. It's live streaming.
Yeah.
Boom, I blew up my Instagram to like 20, 30K. Then I was in high school and I worked one job and I hated working that job. And
What was the job?
it was at Urban Air, like a trampoline park.
Mm-hmm.
And I really wanted to do social media. That was my goal. Like I seen a bunch of people going toward, like he talked about. I used to watch like Rice Gum or like, all the old vlogs, all the FaZe people.
Yeah.
So I always wanted to do that. First thing I did was like, yo, I need to make money though. So I got the tip jar. I was making money, bought a laptop, bought a camera. Boom, I started doing YouTube videos. And I would just get inspiration and do what I seen. And then at the time, perms were like a big thing on TikTok, where it was like a trend.
Dude, I remember back in the day, everyone was hating on people with perms though. Like now it's normal though.
It is normal. But this is what happened. So I seen there was like a gap in the market. There was no YouTube video on how to do a perm. And because, obviously I was looking for one, like, how do I do this? I need information.
Yeah.
I like learning. I like researching. So I went, I was like, bro, if there's no video, then I'm just going to I seen a Gary V clip. He was like, document, don't create. So I was just like, you know what? I'm going to document my journey of getting my perm. And then, I filmed it on my Canon G7X. My brother helped me film it. It came out good. Then I edited. I remember sitting there for like a day, like literally like 8 hours, 12 hours editing the video. I would edit it like kind of like Casey Neistat, like a little montage and stuff, and just adding my own like transitions and everything. Really good thumbnail. Had a really good thumbnail, edited good, and it was a perfect hole in the market. Boom, blew up. I think it got like 20K in the first couple of days. Then it went to 100, 200, and now it's like over 1 million. And then I just started really milking that, and I built up a dude audience. Then I started posting on TikTok, and I was building up a girl audience just for like thirst trapping and looks and everything. So I had 2 audiences, a guy audience that was looking at me for like advice and stuff, because I used to be kind of like inspirational and everything.
So you were an authority figure.
Yeah. And then I had this girl audience that liked me for my looks, I guess, and I guess my personality. So I've had like 2 different stages. I chose the TikTok route because I was just blowing up. That's how I got a lot of followers. Seeing the tour thing, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to go that route, be like an influencer. So I did that, and I milked the YouTube videos to make money because YouTube is a really good source.
So what's the most you made on YouTube in a month?
Like 30K.
And did TikTok ever pay you out or not?
Yeah, going live. Probably like, I don't know. I never really looked, like going live was cool, but I like it more for interacting with the audience. Like YouTube, I definitely like, there's analytics. You can control how much more you make versus going live. You're just asking people for gifts.
Yeah.
Which is like, I don't know. But I chose the TikTok route, met a bunch of TikTokers, kept doing my thing. I was always very like self-sufficient. Like I didn't really do no collabs or anything. I'd say when I was younger, I was like more like kind of antisocial and like shy. So that's why I never really did any collabs. And then, eventually I was able to go on tour. And then that's how I met a bunch of people, met everybody. I did my dream of going on tour. And then kept doing YouTube though. And then kept doing social media, got a girlfriend. The couples content, the drama, everything does very well.
And you guys are still together?
Are we still together?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I wouldn't be where I am if I had a girlfriend.
Do you think a girlfriend could slow you down?
I think a girlfriend, it depends. You know, I could be going crazy with the girlfriend on right now or on the blue page right now. And we can like, you know, be monetizing that. But it just depends. I think a girlfriend, you guys, look, this is gonna sound bad, but I think there needs to be an equal exchange of value, like a fair transaction, you know? Like she might motivate you or she might do this for you. There needs to be equal exchange. If not, then yeah, I think it can slow you down.
Okay, like if they're
And that's
like
exactly why I broke with
not
my girlfriend
providing.
because I wanted to live a bigger,
existence.
exactly.
Yeah, more elevated.
Yeah.
I do want to say too, it was a big full circle moment for me too, because as he's saying that he saw me from online, like I also saw him too. Like I remember I went through my camera roll and I saw a screenshot that I actually got of you on You Now when you were younger, because he would rack up the views and he was partnered. And because I would go live on the same platform that he's on, but I wasn't partnered. Eventually I did get partnered, but that's how you get paid. Yeah. And I would watch him and be like, yo, what is this guy doing?
Bro, and he just reminded me when I used to go live on You Now, like I would wear like a wig. Like I don't know if you've seen
kind of
like,
what you have on right now.
Bro, I don't have a wig, bro. This is my actual hair. But what's it called? I don't know if you used to watch Rice Gum, but he used to have Afro gum in his and he would wear like a wig.
Yeah.
So I would go and like when you look on You Now, there'd be like a bunch of thumbnails of everybody's stream. So I was like, how can my thumbnail stand out? So then I would wear like a big poofy wig and it just stood out like on all. That's how I would get my views and get my attention. And that's kind of like what I always did, was like always, how can I stand out? And I think that just came by my like shyness back then, like, or like just like I felt very secluded. So like, how can I grab the most attention?
Yeah.
And you know,
which I think
social media is.
I think it's cool because nowadays I don't think you're shy.
Yeah. So
like,
well, social media is an attention game now. So it was kind of like I was going down the right path. But yeah, that's how I would got my attention. You know.
All right. So I mean, I'd say though, since like I guess I'm living with you guys now.
Yeah.
How's that experience living with the Parker Reid experience?
He's very nonverbal. No, I'm kidding.
Let's see. It's a very how would you describe, like a very strong aura around the house now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think it's good to have
strong aura.
Yeah, very like strong, like meaty aura. You know.
Okay.
I think it's good that like you were pretty fit. I think that's really like. I think it's important to be surrounded around people that you know, kind of inspire you or motivate you or on the same like kind of like path. Because if people want different things, then it's like, I don't know. I'm very like team mentality. Yeah. Like it's really crazy. I feel like a lot of this life that I live right now, I kind of manifested or I really envisioned. And the one thing I always asked for was like, I want a team, because I felt like nobody, like kind of like him, like back there where he was at, nobody did what he did. Or like he couldn't talk to anybody about trends or couldn't talk to nobody about what you want to do. That's how I kind of felt over there. I wanted to move to LA to be around more like-minded people. And, you know, you're another person that adds to that chessboard, you know?
Yeah.
But what is it like living with you? It's very interesting. Well, one, you're very hardworking, which I do admire. You know, I hear you going live. How? Your live streams.
Oh yeah, I hear it too. Very, because the room is right across. Like I hear you, man.
Yeah. Obviously the working out, the macros, the all of that. You know, pretty inspiring as well. I think you're the most fit in the house, so that's pretty good. You know, we need the.
I'm ready to be number 2. You're on your transformation right now, so
that's true.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see the Superman Barboza.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Superman
but you know,
Barboza.
you inspired me. You know. I don't know if we had somebody with a 10%, 8% body fat walking around. I don't know if we would have that motivation, you know?
Yeah.
But
can't take too much credit.
Yeah, and I think you're pretty you got an interesting mind, you know, different perspectives, pretty smart. I think we also consume a lot of the same, or not but I think we consume some of the same content, so it's like cool to have somebody to bounce ideas off of. You know, Brandon's For You page be like food and stuff. I'm trying to stay away from food. You know what I'm saying?
Mine just be like
so
food and
bro, yeah, you know, his metabolism is like, you know, top notch. So we consume different content, you know?
Hey, how about your metabolism? Like, it's fast, right?
Dude, I don't know. It's my thing. I can gain and lose weight like that. Like I'm not.
He's also tall.
I think it's adaptable.
Yeah.
How tall are you?
No, because
5'8". I'm 5'8".
I'm
Bro,
5'11".
how tall are you for real?
For the blue page, I'm 6'2".
No, because I'm the same way. I can gain and lose really fast too. That's why I asked, because I wasn't sure. Because
Yeah, but lately I've been eating a lot, and I think I've been dropping. I'm like 160, 159. I just been staying there, and I've been eating whatever I want for the past 2-3 weeks.
yeah, I've been stuck at the 140s.
You say you want to go to 120?
What the fuck?
I did not say that.
Oh, shit.
I did not say
what's
that.
your
Bro,
goal
you
weight?
be anorexic, bro.
Bro, that's what he's trying to get me to
Wait,
be.
no, but do you guys ever get insecure of your guys' age nowadays? Because there's a lot of 19
I really don't.
This guy.
I really don't. You know, one thing I feel like, you know, at this level that I'm at, 24, you know, it's like a video game. You got a lot of experience. And I feel like that's one thing that a lot of, you know, the younger people don't have. You can't really buy experience. I mean, I guess you, like you said, you can speed run experience. But I've lived a lot of life, and I've done a lot of things. So I feel very grateful for that. I don't really ever feel insecure. The only thing why I like how I feel right now is I feel like at this age, I want to like be the prime shape that I can be. You know what I'm saying? Like there's nothing else that I should be doing other than getting the nicest body possible. Cause like when else are you going to get it when you're 30? Like there's no point in getting a cool body when you're 30. Like,
Yeah.
you know, you're probably going to be doing other shit. So, yeah, I feel in my prime right now.
In your prime, what about you, Brandon?
I mean, bro, like same thing, you know? I feel like, what other 25-year-old is really doing what we're doing? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like obviously doing it younger is cool, but bro, like,
I think
young,
doing it,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
my bad for interrupting, but this was thought I had. I think doing it younger is actually like kind of like a liability because
No, I agree.
because you don't have all the knowledge and experience. Like you're gonna look back when you were this age again and be like, damn, I wish I didn't do this. Damn, I wish I didn't do that. I could have saved my money. I could have done this. Versus now, like I'd rather get all my success now because I've went through so much and now I know how to handle it a little better.
Yeah.
And that's really like the whole age thing. That's how I feel. Like I'm glad everything's going the way it is right now at this age.
That's why, like, I feel like when you see like super young people, I mean, obviously I'm not even 20 yet, but I think you have to get that life experience first. Cause like, I mean, imagine, you know, this version of Brandon doing what he's doing today. You know,
Yo,
like that would not,
right.
I don't think that will hold up.
Right.
You need the 25 experience.
Right, man. That's called a glow up too, by the way.
Yeah, no, what happened with the hair?
It's okay, man. I don't know. But
No, I like the new hair.
no, it's okay. It's okay. It's whatever. But but yeah, man. Again, man. You know, I was working within that time. You know, there's always a trend with whatever you do, or you know, I feel like now what we're doing right now, you know, trend, right?
Yeah.
I feel like whatever trend it is, you follow. If it's working out,
So that was the trend.
It was working out for me.
No, it's
Like it was you know
The
the
views
views,
were
the
there.
likes, you know.
yeah.
You know, the
had
live
the
stream
results.
views, the what?
You had the results.
I mean, bro, yeah, it worked, you know. But then, you know, when kind of like what he says, right? Obviously, for what we do, we got to look in our best shape and our best form possible. So I feel like in that time, that wasn't really needed. It was more so just like trendy sound content, like literally what TikTok is now. But now, what we do, like, but we got to look our best, you know. Got to look our best, feel our best.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
like I think right now I have this hot take, but like, bro, what's the point of having abs if you're not doing the blue page? Like what?
Yeah, I agree.
Like, bro, other than like looking good, like there's no benefit to having a nice physique. I guess to look cool, but what does that benefit you? You know what I'm saying? Like we actually like, you know, people say it's models, right? But I think like it sounds bad, but I get paid to work out, you know, like to look good and to,
Yeah.
to
But it's
put
true,
on a
though.
show and entertain and yeah. So
I think it's like if you have it, you might as well, you know, benefit yourself in some type of way.
exactly. You know, the blue page is selling pics of your body without clothes, so you know it's an interesting time we live in. You know, you could really model your body and make a living. You know,
It's more
models
accessible.
don't really make a lot of money, like unless you're like a 1% points like doing like magazines
yeah,
or
all the fashion weeks
right,
and stuff.
like that doesn't make you money. Now you're actually able to, in your own way, however you want to be perceived, model and take videos and actually make money. So you could really be a model these days, you know. But yeah.
So what do you guys do with all the money that you're making on the blue page? You guys have any investments, or you know, just blow it on a table every weekend?
Yo, so I mean, I could go first. You could go first. I don't know.
I mean, bro, you know what I mean? Like, just save it, bro. Save if you want to make more money with it. I just feel like everyone got different goals with their own money, you know? But if you want to ask us personally, like, bro, yeah, we got fun money, but then we got saving money, you know? I think it goes both ways, you know what I mean? Like, you know, like, what do you do with your money?
Just Bitcoin. I would say Bitcoin.
Hey, I heard you won a big hand on blackjack.
It was $1,000.
Oh, okay.
The 10K hand that you did. Did that hit or no?
Yeah, a couple of them, but yeah, but it's gone. But anyways, yeah, bro. Yeah, I feel like, you know, just going about doing what's right for the future. You know, I think it's really important not to blow it all. But if you have that fun money aside, you know, a little 15-10% aside, you know, do what you want with it.
Yeah, it's only 10%.
Yeah.
Do you have investments? Or?
So this is where experience comes back, man. Gambling. When I was like 18, 19, I lived in LA for a month straight. All I did was sports gamble. Like around this time too, in the finals, I was just sports betting, and I was just addicted to it. And then I just realized it wasn't it. And you know, that's a beautiful lesson I learned. I do not gamble at all. That's not something I partake in. I don't have. So that's nothing I do with my money. You know, living in LA is pretty expensive. You know, so I feel like that is somewhere where some of my money goes. But like Brandon said, you know, saving. You know, I feel like you get to a point where, at least for me, I kind of have gotten a lot of the partying and you said tables and everything out of my system. You know, I've did that in my past. You know, I didn't start drinking until I was like 21. I'm 24 right now. So I've had a lot of, and my first club experience was in Miami. So that's another thing where experience comes in. I feel like if you're younger right now, like how you might be, or like say you just turned 21, you're going to want to experience drinking. You're going to want to experience going to the club, talking to people, having fun. And I realized very early on that if you sacrifice the fun and put in the work, the returns are going to be a lot bigger.
I feel like I did it right personally, not to toot my own horn, but like I was just partying when I was 16, 17. And then from 18, I already got that shit out of my system. So I was like, I'm all set, really.
Yeah, and I'm very like grateful that I traveled a lot too. You know, a lot. Like, bro, I've partied in every city in the United States. So I've gotten a taste of, you know, like I've reached the highest highs in that, in my opinion. So I don't really like fiend to do that anymore. You know, but everybody's on a different timeline. So really, I kind of try to remind myself all the time, like, why I'm here. You know, you're lucky enough to live in LA. Like, what are you going to do with this opportunity? What are you going to do with this moment?
Yeah.
So that's really what I want to do with my money. You know, I got a trainer. I, you know, pay my bills and just try to chase that goal and that dream.
And of course, investment within the brand too. You know, like we have a team. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I think a lot of the money that we put into is for, you know, for things that are working out for us. You know,
the traveling, the team, just
trying to continue to grow that wild brand.
How big is your gift?
Oh, should I say it on here?
Yeah. How big is your gift?
Are you first?
3.5.
3 point, bro. Okay, bro.
No, but I want to
soft or hard?
Oh, soft. I measured it once soft. It was 6.
6?
But I think it was after my 24-hour stream, so it had like blood flow. It was like enhanced.
Wait, how big is it hard?
I don't know. I've never measured it hard. I only measured it soft after my 24-hour stream, and it was 6. But I think the tape measure was wrong. I think it was like messed up.
Well, mine's 8.
Okay, so does having a big gift, does that impact your daily life?
Like in what way would it impact it though? Like
maybe you're
like when it's you
step or like
when I step on it.
Or like maybe
no, that doesn't happen.
Yo, Brandon, super random, but like, do you? Because I remember there was like a time where like how many do you be busting a day?
1.
And then you can't no more?
No.
Okay.
And if I were to try my hardest, because think about it, I did do a 24-hour stream where I tried to beat the world record, and I was able to get like 7.
Do you think it's because it's so big?
I actually don't know what the reason is. I don't know if it has something to do with like I don't know like what it really is.
Infertility?
Well, okay, so
you're infertile? No,
I'm not, because I can a lot if I were to save up first.
Dude, when are we gonna see your eggplant?
Dude, you saw mine.
Bro, I said we. Exactly. He said when. He doesn't even know when. Bro, yeah, when are we gonna see it, bro?
I think I'm all set off collabs.
Bro, why?
I think it's like you gotta stay exclusive. You know, exclusive cruise.
Bro, exclusive cruise. Don't even bring him up. Bro,
I think.
Look,
I
this is what I think. I think
is,
he needs to stay with us for like a good 3 to 4 weeks, and he's gonna become a real wild boy. You know what I'm saying?
gonna get wild.
Yeah.
What's your guys? I want to know though. What's your honest opinion? Since I haven't done any collabs, and I'm not planning to. Like, what's your thoughts on that? Like, should I?
Me personally, I would say do it with someone that you're really comfortable with. You know, I feel like if you're not ready for that, you know, for me, when I did my first collab, I actually ended up doing it with Drake Vaughn and 4 other guys.
Yeah.
And because these 4 other guys, also including Drake Vaughn, was a lot bigger than me when I had my first collab.
A lot bigger.
In both ways, the gift and also the page.
Yeah.
And so it was definitely like worth my time. Obviously, nothing I don't regret, because after we did the whole like 5-way collab, we always went out to eat. Like, just, you know what I'm saying? Just boys being boys and just going out to eat and just having a nice dinner afterwards. Like, and I was so nervous going into it. Like, bro, I don't even know these guys. That was the first time I met Drake too.
Yeah.
But I'm like, yo, I don't even know any of these guys. Like, what if they're like, you know, I don't know, gonna like touch me, be weird, you know? It's like, cause I didn't know them, right? But then they all ended up being cool.
Why are you scared to talk about your gift? He never said the size.
Bro, I don't know my size.
Or like,
I just know, like, you know, one thing is like, I feel like doing blue page content. This is what I was thinking about when you guys were talking. You know, there's a lot of creators when like their only gift is their body.
Yeah.
And for me, I think the reason why like I hold a lot of weight is just of me. You know, like my energy, my when I talk, like how I am. I think I'm the full like package. You know, not just looks. You know, you throw a camera on somebody, like they don't know how to talk or they don't know how to like.
They can't interact.
Yeah, they don't have no personality, you know, or yeah. And I think that's a beautiful thing. And I think, I mean, I don't want to brag, but I think me and Brandon have done a lot for this, you know, industry or community. You know, a lot of people in this whole thing. I mean, that's kind of the whole reason why we have the podcast, right? Is to really like open the door, open the light, like let people in into how people actually are.
Yeah.
Talking, showing their personality, because really at the end of the day, you want to interact with your fans. You don't want it to just be 100% transactional.
It's
like,
not supposed to be like that was the whole premise. Because what is it? Blue Page was not even supposed to have nudity in the first place.
Yeah,
it's supposed to be like a cooking, like learning, subscription,
just connecting with your fans.
Right, exactly.
Like
connecting with your fans. So I feel like we're doing the best of that, connecting with our fans weekly by dropping an episode. And I think that's really like our whole brand and specialty. But my package, I mean, I don't know how big it is. Like as big as my iPhone right here.
iPhone?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But I think a lot of people get that wrong. They think it's studio work. They think it's you're just a picture, you're a video of doing content.
You're just a person with and that's it. And it's really more bonus than that. You know, it's also, you know, it's not just.
Yeah. Would you ever date again?
Yeah. Bro, it goes back to experience.
Would they be under the hot Cheeto archetype?
No. I know exactly what I want now.
You know exactly?
I know exactly what I want.
What is it?
So one, they got to be very, very pretty. Like any girl that I have right now is gonna be an extension of me. So like all these girls, you know, hot Cheeto girls.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I just, you know, to fulfill my sexual needs. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, this is not my girlfriend. You know what I'm saying?
They're good, bro. That's wifey material.
No. They fulfill and, you know, just have fun.
Yeah.
But no, they got to be very, very, very pretty. And I want something like when you look at it, you're like, damn, you know, I wish I had that. That's why
you took that from that person, even though they obviously never had it.
No, I just want you know, like kind of like I just want everybody to look at my girl, you know, or my person, whoever it is. Like I want everybody to look at that and be like, yeah, he got a good one.
Does body count matter?
No, it's before me.
Does body count matter in a girl?
No, I don't think so.
All right. So if someone came to you and they said, I have 1,000 bodies, do you care?
1,000. I mean, as long as they're clean, you know, as long as they're clean, it's fine with me. I mean,
But we're all adults, man.
So
Everything. Dogs, cats.
So for you, 1,000.
Bro, I don't care.
2,000.
Bro, I don't care.
Okay.
If it still feels good, then if they're cool as a person, then yeah.
Okay.
But the odds of that is kind of crazy though, because I feel like once it gets to that point, like you gotta be at in some type of field. You know what I mean?
You gotta be professional. I mean,
or like doing it for work. Like
Yeah.
that's like where it gets kind of like if you have that actual, you know what I'm saying, like all of that. But like,
yeah.
who knows?
I might get
That's
a girlfriend
wild.
this year.
You?
Yeah.
Okay.
Later on down the road. Like probably like.
Well,
Like, I
your
might-
whole phase. I remember you saying you were gonna have a whole phase this summer.
I'm
I don't
currently in it
see
right
no
now. Huh?
on your arm.
What?
You say you're gonna have a whole phase, but I don't see no chicks.
Yeah, you don't see them. You're in your room, bro.
Oh shit.
You want me to like bring them to you, like show you,
I'd
like,
be like, yo, like check this out.
Hey, but
Check out
he
what
do
I
be
got.
in his room a lot though.
bro? Yeah, I
Yeah,
never see him.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, I'm at the gym.
What?
I'm at the gym all day.
Bro, I want to see you work out. I actually want to know like what you do.
It's not structured at all.
Bro, can you like
I'm just
record your
living-
whole workout? Cause like,
I want to do a video for the blue page of like working out but with no clothes, and then maybe releasing.
yeah, I want to
some
see you
white
work
fluid
out,
at
bro.
the
Like,
end.
I actually want to, cause like I feel like that's your whole like aesthetic, and like we don't see that.
Yeah, it's never gets showed. I should do a gym stream.
Something.
Just something working out.
Yeah, I seen you that one time. You know, like curling and shit.
So how would you guys say it feels to be like extremely loved by, the gay community?
Bro, amazing.
Maybe,
I
yeah,
mean-
because I've been in WeHo with you guys, and there's a bunch of love.
Yeah, it's always love, you know. I mean, I really do appreciate those that support us. You know, I feel like what we do is, of course, for the community, and again, we like to learn about the community for sure, and that's why we have certain guests on, and we always listen to the audience. So it's always gonna be love.
Yeah, and I mean, with that, I'd say like 99% is definitely support, but there's like the 1% that says like you guys are just like in it for the money or like things like that. Like, what do you guys have to say to those people?
Well, if we look at a lot of other creators, they don't put in as much effort, I guess, as we do. We have a podcast that we don't make any money from, you know what I'm saying? And we film a lot. We travel out, we fly, we're tired, hotels, all of this. If we were really in it for the money, I think we would just be doing the pictures and videos just like every other creator.
Yeah.
Doing these hostings in WeHo, me going out 4 to 5 hours of my night on a Friday night, Saturday night, interviewing the community, building these relationships, giving a platform, an audience, and going out and learning more every single weekend, is all extracurriculars, that if I was in it for the money, I wouldn't be doing. I could be going on my Saturday night partying in LA, there's parties all the time. But
You're going live.
yeah.
Yeah.
I just think we do a lot for the community. And I think what I was trying to say earlier too is like I feel pretty special that we're able to give the community, a voice. Bringing in all these creators. Like, what other podcasts are they going to go on and talk about? Or get their voice out there. We've had the Drake Vaughns or we've had Joey Mills. Rhea, like just giving this whole community a voice and a platform, I feel like is more, we do a lot more than the money, and to be like, I don't want to call us the face of it, but we do have a big platform that a lot of people in the community recognize. We go to these award shows and people appreciate us and recognize us, and I really think it's about giving people a platform to speak. I think should say more than enough. Like, we're not just in it for the money.
Do you guys have a limit when it comes to collabing?
Yeah, and I think he said it best too. Nothing goes inside of me.
Yeah.
And
So would you bottom for 10 million?
Bro, yeah, what the fuck?
10 mil,
Bro, but nobody's gonna offer that 10 mil, bro.
like cash.
Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
10
we
mil
can
cash.
imagine and this and this and that, but nobody's offering 10 mil.
True, but if they do, I'm gonna have, bro. And I'm in the bot, like inside.
Nah, you're
of me,
good. You got a guy from Dubai. Come to Dubai, 10 million cash. Just bottom.
the briefcase, and he's gonna be like, "Yo, I want the Wild
Bro,
Boys."
that's not a
Briefcase.
If you deny it, that's not a smart business decision,
Yeah.
What, 10 minutes?
Oh my God, bro. But can you just think about it for the first time taking
Bro,
it?
I'm getting drunk, bro. I'll like probably piss
blackout
myself
method.
before he even goes inside me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Dude,
Yeah.
it just sounds painful, but bro, for 10 mil, yeah, bro.
bro,
I'm gonna have to, bro.
bro, there's so many guys that do it. Why can't I?
Yeah.
You know
I
what
think
I'm
it's a challenge.
It's just like
For 10 mil, that at that point, it's just like, I got to prove this to myself. I could do whatever.
Yeah, I'm not a loser, you know? I'm not a quitter.
I'll do whatever it takes.
Oh my God, bro. Can you picture yourself doing that?
Nah.
No.
But like, I feel like it would have to be someone with like a very small eggplant.
Bro, but you didn't give us that one though. Like the same requirements that we get,
All right,
you
someone
get.
the same size as you.
No, as yourself.
Same size as
Sure,
me.
yeah, whatever the requirement.
Drake Vaughn, 10 mil.
Yeah, are you doing it?
Bro, I don't think I survived.
Yo, that does sound painful, bro.
I guess,
Pain
yeah,
is
I'd run the
temporary,
I'd
bro.
run the blackout method.
Pain is temporary.
For something that's gonna last
Legacy
your
is
lifetime?
forever.
Sounds like an even
Yeah.
trade. Sounds like an
I'd
even
actually,
trade.
yeah, I'd run the blackout method or whatever. Something to not make me in the moment.
Fuck, bro. Okay.
And then I'd be chilling.
Bro, his asshole's already hurting, bro. No more.
Yeah.
No, I'm just thinking about it like it's kind of like thinking like
Brandon
a
would
needle,
scream.
like a needle going in you.
A needle?
Yeah. Well, I'm just thinking anything like inside related, bro. That shit's nasty.
Mm-hmm. That's why no peptides for you.
Yeah.
You
Are
gotta
you scared of
inject
needles?
yourself.
No, but like I don't like to see like the going-
Coming out.
Yeah. Like I don't care, bro. Stab me with that. I just don't like when like it's like sucking my like
You
yeah, I'm
gotta
good
do
off
a
of
blood
that.
test. Yeah.
Yeah, just get it over with. I don't want to see the blood though.
What else are you scared of, Brandon?
Heights.
Heights,
I don't like the
he is scared of
heights.
heights.
Drowning. I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? Like any like accidents. I mean, bro, do you like sharks?
I'll swim with sharks.
A shark bit me when I was younger. Right here. But you should have seen what I did to him.
At
though.
least you still have your nipple.
Yeah. It's pretty intense.
The nipple's the same color as the skin.
Mine?
Yeah.
Is that a good thing?
Yeah.
What color is your nipple?
I don't know.
Hey, we kind of have the same color
It's
nipple.
like red.
Okay.
It got like something.
Yeah.
Do you guys think 10 years from now you'll still be doing the blue page?
You know, if it's still the way that it's going right now, I don't see why I would stop, but I don't think that'll be like the only thing I would focus on. I think 10 years from now, there'll be something else that's new, you know?
Yeah, I think life's gonna be a lot different 10 years from now. You know, we already got self-driving cars and robots delivering food and drones and all this. Who knows? I might like have like a live demonstration. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think 10 years from now, if anyone brings up me doing the blue page, I'll just say it's AI. Like,
Okay.
it's not me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
In case anyone wants to bring that up against me.
10 years, I'll be 34. Yeah, I don't know.
Damn.
But,
It's just old. But
bro, Drake's like, what, 38? He's in his prime.
Actually?
Yeah.
Vaughn?
No.
Drake Vaughn.
Drake.
Oh, bro, okay.
The
'cause I'm just
rapper,
like,
bro.
The rapper.
bro, I'm thinking about OF,
You know,
man.
Men age like wine, bro.
So as you guys know, I have a gay homie. We brought it up kind of on the previous pod. But there was this one thing that happened to me the other day. I just want to know what you guys would have done.
Okay.
Yeah, so he walked in on me while I was in the shower. And he said that the claims that I have the biggest and craziest gift are definitely true. But, like, what would you guys have done if, you say, your gay homie walked in while you were in the shower? Like, would you have just laughed it off?
I think I would have laughed it off, to be honest. I would have been like, yo, you mean that?
What the fuck?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bro,
Okay.
I think he's like trying to hit on you, bro. Like, you know, I did this one interview and he was like, bro, the easiest way to get a straight dude is to like give him hella validation and then they'll melt in your hand like butter.
Yo.
So could that work on you?
And, well, I'm not done, hold up. And I think that's so true because a lot of men or a lot of guys don't be getting validation. You know, it's super rare for men. Now, me, I think I got a lot of self-validation. You know what I'm saying? I think I'm very whole most of the time. You know, I don't need outside validation. So I don't know how much that would work on me. To answer your question.
I think if you're deprived
then
from
exactly.
validation.
If you don't get it a lot, then yeah, it's going to affect you. But or it depends who it's
or
from too.
it's like sapiosexual. You're attracted to intellect or like
or
compliments.
to yourself, autosexual, right?
Oh no, I think that's me.
That's you.
I think that's why I'm still a virgin. I think I just get turned on by me.
But yeah, man, your gay homie, he might be raising you up.
But to be honest, if I'm actually being like every time I shower, I do lock the door. So I'd be like, "How'd you get in here?" If I'm being honest, and I'd be like, "Bro, you don't mean that. Mine's not bigger, stop."
What the
And then he's like, "Let me measure it."
I mean,
And then Brandon's like,
that actually happened. He was like,
What?
I got the claims
What
that
the
I
fuck?
no, I got the claims that I'm the biggest and craziest. Someone said I have a bigger eggplant than you on my live, by the way. But what is it?
Bro, you know these.
Yeah, I was
viewers,
asking him. I was like, "Can you let me know if it's actually big?" But I showed him in my underwear. But he said that he wants to see it outside. But I said I'm all set.
I think we should do a live stream one day together. I really want to know what the live stream.
And then you guys like make out.
I mean, like,
Hey, actually talking about the live stream. So my bad for cutting you off and shit.
No,
but
you're good.
talking about making out. So, bro, I was talking about we need to do another duo live stream. I know you guys were talking
And
about.
you guys
but,
are making
bro,
out?
what is he gonna do, bro? Like, give you a hickey? He's not giving you a hickey, bro. Come on, he's not doing that.
Wait,
shit.
so
Bro, would you give
No,
Brandon
wait.
a hickey?
Let's say-
yes or no.
nah.
Exactly, bro. What the fuck
well,
are
I
you gonna do?
meant, I meant for 2
Bro,
seconds.
like,
No, wait,
I meant
but
like,
nah.
I
2
meant-
cents.
No, 2 seconds, like as a goal, like just to compare size
Oh, I
on
compare-
live.
oh, I'd
not
never do
like
that.
a whole stream together.
Oh,
I meant
okay.
like let's say like I reach a goal. Okay, Parker Reid comes. Let's compare sizes. But then like
Okay.
you
Get out.
yeah.
Oh,
He's gonna close his eyes and shit,
I mean,
I'm gonna look him in his eyes.
and then y'all make out.
Yo, 30,
Hey, but
talking
like,
about
on the
making
next
out.
stream, that should
Brandon,
be the
how
goal.
much to make out?
how much to make out with who?
Me.
Damn. Hey, can you answer first?
Well, bro, you already made out with Brad, so like.
No, I did not make out with Brad, bro. I did not kiss
Yo, I
Brad.
did not know that happened.
No, nothing, bro. Literally, there was a girl, and me and Brad were in the hot tub with this girl. She wanted a 2-way or 3-way kiss. I was like, all right, bet. But like, he got like the right side of the mouth. I got the left side, but no tongues that were touching and shit.
I think you went like inside.
No.
You
bro,
put your tongue down his throat.
Yep, bro, what? You saw the video?
No, I didn't.
Oh, there's a video.
Nah, but
But-
my stream was asking me what we're gonna do for our next duo stream, because you know when I get back from Texas, I'm trying to run one up in June, and they're like, "Well, what are you guys gonna do?" And I was like, "That's a good question.
'Cause-
What are
Yeah,
we
how
gonna
did
do?"
your guys' last duo stream go?
Bro, it went
You guys did
crazy.
in,
I don't
like
even remember,
October.
bro.
No, it went crazy.
drunk.
It was October. We were really, really drunk. We were really, really drunk. I remember it was like before. It was like, I remember that was like a bit of a pregame for us because we had went out that same night to a little function. But bro, the one thing I really do like about these like these little duo live streams that we be doing, the collab live streams, is like how long they last. Like we do it for like 8 hours most times, right? But we haven't done it since October, again around Halloween time. To do it again different, I mean, bro, like I don't know, but I'm gonna say this though. Like last time, what we did was give each other hickeys, right? We did that one out, but we are going to do a duo stream soon, and it's gonna be really lit.
Bro,
to go
when are you gonna
into.
lose your virginity?
Oh yeah, that's.
I think, yo, you know what's crazy? I was thinking about it. I'm like, there's 2 routes. I could just do it with someone I meet in person, or since I'm perfect age for like, for Bonnie Blue, because she likes the 18 and the 19-year-old.
You're
Bro,
just
the
talking
cops?
about 1,000 body counts bullshit.
No, but I'm saying like to just lose it. Like
Yo.
she loves the 19-year-olds.
Yeah, so I don't think you should do Bonnie Blue.
So you guys are OG, like veterans and like the whole space, right? So what advice would you guys give to someone, you know, like me who's only been doing, you know, Blue Page for like a month? And I think I'm gonna bleep it out because it's kind of embarrassing. But like, who made like, is this good for someone that made like 6 figures their first month?
Yeah, it's pretty good. I think it's pretty good.
Like,
if
what
you-
advice could I have?
I mean, keep going, man. You know, people are gonna say things. People are gonna obviously complain. One thing you gotta know is that you can't make everyone happy. You know, I think there are a lot of people out there that want certain things, and in those certain things are gonna also make other people mad. So you can only do one or the other. You know, definitely talk. You know, talk to the subscribers. You know what I'm saying? Create a bond with them. Very, very important. I see you're already starting the live streams. That's something that when I first started wasn't even a thing. So the fact that you are just starting doing the live streams, already having that live interactions with your audience, keep that going, keep that bond. And yeah, you know, I feel like when you get all those things together, you know what I'm saying? Like the communication, giving the audience what they want. I mean, bro, you're already doing it. 6 figures in 1 month off rip is already crazy, you know? And you're staying exclusive, right? You're saying like you're not doing no collabs as of yet.
Yeah.
Keep at it, you know, keep riding that wave until, you know, you're like, you know what, I'm ready for one. It's all about comfortability, you know? And I mean, it already worked out. You already got the muscle, you know. I would say keep at it too, maintain that, you know, always look good. That's all I could really say personally.
Yeah. You have any advice, sir?
Yeah, maintain the body. You know, numbers are fun to look at and it's a good benchmark, but you know, there's some creators that get burnt out over it or like it really dictates their like mind state and everything. Just focus on your audience. You know, your audience will take you where you want to go. And just keep grinding. You know, if you need to go rent out Airbnb or a hotel, whatever, to make something feel fresh, just make sure you stay in that content creating mode because you can get, you know, sometimes Brandon gets tired of filming in his room or doing certain things or, you know, different, whatever. Just make sure to try to keep it fresh.
Okay. All right. So just to wrap it up. Oh, wait.
Well, I was gonna say, yeah, with what he said, because I get hotels, right? So I go about trying to change the environment just so it's like something different. You know what I mean? But that's just me personally. It's kind of like what I do. But yeah, just learn how to phone with it. You know,
Focus on the viewers.
Yeah.
Yeah. The supporters. All right. So that was the first Parker Reid experience wrapped up just now. Huge thank you to you guys for hopping on.
Of course.
Thanks for having us, man.
Yeah. No worries. Let me know if you guys want to see some more of this. I'm just testing it out right now, seeing how I am on camera, all that good stuff. But yeah, I'm hyped to make more. If you guys really love it, I'll definitely do more. You guys can find me on Instagram, Parker Reid Wild. There's all my links over there. And where can they find you?
I already know wildthings.vip/Brandon for all my socials and that link. Check me out.
And mine is wildthings.vip/Julian for all my links. Same thing. But again, thank you for having us on, man. I think we had a cool, fun conversation. It feels good to be on the other side of getting
it was lit.
Interview. You know, usually we don't get to answer questions, so I appreciate it. It was fun. You did good.
Yeah, hopefully we get to run it back. We'll see.
Let's do it.
Yeah.